All right, guys, thanks for joining us for another video. My name is Jeff, and this is Ottawa Bike and Trail. And today I am going to be talking about one of my favorite all-terrain touring bikes, the Surly Ogre. But I'm not going to be talking about this Surly Ogre. I'm going to be talking about this Surly Ogre. That's right, Surly just came out with a brand new Surly Ogre. This one in the new Orlox Shadow color. But there's more than just cosmetic changes going on here. I'm going to tell you all about it in this video, so check it out. So if you're not familiar with the Surly Ogre, this is Surly's off-road touring bike. It sits in the Surly lineup somewhere between the Bridge Club and the Grappler. It's a little more off-road leaning and has a few more capabilities than the Bridge Club, but it's not quite as aggressive and single track oriented as the Grappler. All right, so let's walk through the changes that we find in this new bike. The obvious change, of course, is the new color, and I really like this. This is Orlox Shadow color, and it's definitely a unique color. It's a little bit of green, maybe a little blue. I'll take it outside and show you what it looks like in the sun, but it's actually a really cool color. Nothing wrong with the fermented plum color. I thought that was fine as well, but it's good to get a completely different change. So I was just noticing one other thing. I love the block lettering that they use on the Ogre. I think that was new with the fermented plum Ogre. Love that. But I did notice one other thing. So on almost every Surly bike, they always use this Fatties Fit Fine sticker on the back. But on our bike, they didn't include that. I don't know if we just got one without the Fatties Fit Fine sticker on it or not, but surprised about that. Still have the torch on the seat tube. I will say that the white really offsets well with the new color. All right, so let's talk about what stayed the same. So the frame on these two bikes really has not changed, other than the color, of course. We still have the quick release front wheel, the through axle rear wheel, got sliding rear dropouts, so even with the quick release, you can run a single speed. It's got, it's roll-off hub compatible. You can mount a trailer to it. You got all these other mounting points. Of course, on the rest of the bike, you got mounting points galore to mount whatever you want on the bike. We have the same Surly dinner fork. So all of the things that we love about the Ogre frame have stayed the same. You can get this bike as a complete bike, as you see here, or you can buy the frame itself and build it up, whatever you want to do. Just for comparison's sake, the Orlox Shadow Ogre is a large, and the fermented plum Ogre is a small. Those are the two bikes that we had built up, ready to show. I do have other sizes available. Also, I can order any of the other sizes, so if you're interested in one, we can help you out. All right, so let's talk about the biggest change for the new Ogre, and that is the drivetrain. So the old Surly Ogre in fermented plum had the Microshift Advent X 10-speed drivetrain. We're using an 11 to 48 cassette. We've got SRAM NX crankset with a 32 10-tooth front chainring. So super solid drivetrain, nothing wrong with that. It's a workhorse, it just works. No problem at all with Microshift Advent X. But for the new bike, we are upgrading to a Shimano Dior 12 speed. That's right, leaped right past 11 speeds, going for the 12 speed. We have a 10-51 rear cassette and a smaller front chainring. We're doing a 30-tooth chainring here with a Shimano crankset. So that new drivetrain gives you a little more range than the 10-speed Microshift Advent X. All right, so for those of you interested in the numbers, the old gearing with the 32-tooth front chainring and the 11 high gear gives you a gear inches of 84.4 inches. That means you'll travel 84.4 inches with one rotation of the crank. Likewise on the new bike with the 30-tooth front chainring and the 10-tooth high rear cog, you'll travel 87 inches. So that's 2.6 more gear inches on the high end. That's a better high end range. All right, so when we look at the low end gearing, the older model with the 48-tooth low chainring has a 19.35 gear inches, and the new model with the 51-tooth low chainring has a 17.05 gear inches. So in that case, the lower number is better. You want low gearing, so you pick up a little bit of range there as well. So I'm not one of these people that believes that going to more gears is always a great thing, but in this case, we're going from 10 speed to 12 speed, and we're picking up additional range on both the low end and the high end. So in my mind, that gives you a lot of additional capability with this bike. There's also a lot of flexibility. You could increase the size of the front chainring and modify the gearing a little bit. Also, you can always put a 2x drivetrain. So in my mind, this bike gives you a lot of capabilities and a lot of flexibility. The Shimano 12-speed shifting system, very solid, no problems there. All right, so it's that change that is driving the other big change, and that is the price. So the old Surly Ogre and the fermented plum color, you can still get those for $17.99, and the new Ogre is going for $18.99. So they have increased the price by $100. My assumption is that is mostly due to the 12-speed drivetrain upgrade. Maybe some tariff implications there as well, I'm not sure, but at $18.99, I think it's still a great bargain. The Surly Ogre is definitely a workhorse bike that can do a lot of things, and I think that's a great price for what you get. One of the things that stayed the same is the tires. We've got Surly Extraterrestrial 29 by 2.5, great tire. Both bikes are using that. We did find one difference though this time. Both of these are tubeless ready, but the Orlock's Shadow bike came with tubeless sealant with the bike and already set up tubeless. So they are fully leaping to tubeless setup. They come set up for you, and no need to take the extra step and set it up yourself. One of the finer details that I noticed, they're still using Cane Creek headsets, but this is the Cane Creek 40, and the new Surly just uses a more generic Cane Creek headset. It's a little more streamlined looking. I think it looks pretty neat. So minor difference there. So you'll notice the spacers on the fork, those are really there temporarily. Once somebody buys this bike, we'll cut down the fork and fit it to them, but still plenty of room to get your stem up high. Really no difference between the two bikes. Another minor difference on the saddle. We've got the WTB Volt saddle. This one has the markings the Volt 142 marking there, and the new saddle, still a WTB Volt, but none of the white markings. All right, so that's the new Surly Ogre. Love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Are you gonna be picking one of these up? Do you like the changes? Let us know in the comments below. We wanna get the conversation started. And lastly, just to let you know, we are a Surly intergalactic destination dealer, and that means we have all of the latest Surly bikes in stock so you can touch them, feel them, test ride them. We'd love to have you stop by the shop, or if that's not possible, check out our website, ottawabikeandtrail.com. Great way to help out the shop, support what we're doing here. If you enjoy our content, we love to have you on our website, subscribe to our newsletter, or pick up one of these new Surly shirts that we have in stock. But that's gonna wrap it up for now. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.